And someday when I take to the floor, bang. Oh, we're live. The world's gonna wake up and see. Hey everyone, I guess we are live. Here we are.
Wow, I like this
Ooh,
lighting.
Look at this. They can't see us.
No, not at all.
No, they can't see us. Wow, we look blue. It's cool. I'm just going to share this post real quick, guys. If you want to share this, like this, comment, say hello, say good morning, say all of the things. Once I see some comments, I'll know that everything's working. So, Hannah, how was your day yesterday?
It was good. I went home, took a nap,
Ooh, I love naps.
woke up, did some homework,
Ooh,
and then went to sleep again.
that's good. You know, I went home, I ate some food, I ate some more food. Then we went for a walk. You know, we walked around the block. It was really good. You know, the little kid, my little daughter, is learning how to walk really, really well and really far distances. So that's always really great. You know, she was walking. Then we ate dinner because, you know, why not have more food? Mm-hmm. Then we went to bed.
Wow.
Good morning, Nevaeh. It's good to have you here. And Jamie, it's good to have you here as well. Good morning, Harley. Harley Hillman says, hi, guys.
Hi.
With 2 hearts. So once you get on, parents, tell us who is watching because we love to know who is joining us so we know who we're talking to. Hey, Aaron. Hey, Eliana. It's good to see your names and everything. It's good to see everyone. Good morning, all. That's a great one word to express the morning.
Yeah.
That's great. I love technology and how sometimes it doesn't let us function the way we need to function. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Agreed. So today, my friends, as you can see behind me, we are going to play Erase a Man.
Wow.
It's like Hangman, but if you guess the letter wrong, we erase part of the man above Miss Hannah's head.
Ooh.
Once the man is gone, Miss Hannah and I win, and you all lose. And that's how the cookie crumbles. So, kids, parents, if you would like to guess a letter, comment with like the emoji, like raising your hand, saying, ooh, yes. Can we change that to erase a Ben? Erase the word man and turn that into Ben. You're gonna have to make the hair like really long and crazy. Erase a man, erase a Ben. There we go. A Benjamin Moss. So now, just so you guys know, up on the top row up here, this is a number, this is a number, and this is a number. So that should be a hint that this is a Bible verse. So parents, if your kids would like to guess a letter, send a hand raise emoji thingy, and I will call upon you, and you guys can then send in your letter. So, whoever wants to start that, let's see. Okay, Tiffany Hillman, I see that hand. What is your letter, Miss Hillman? Yeah, Ben, you should feel picked on. You know, you set yourself up for this. All right, Tiffany Hillman, what is your guess? And parents, as you guys see this, go ahead and put your, and then, cool, H. H for Tiffany Hillman. Is there an H? There's a couple H's. Good job. Aaron Hicks, go ahead and send in your letter because we have a couple H's that Miss Hannah will catch up on with us because there's a slight delay. Ooh, that is some crazy hair for Mr. Ben.
Yes.
There's an H. Okay. And
Right there. Got it.
there you go. Aaron Hicks says F. And then Jamie, go ahead and give us your letter. Oh no, there's no F. We had to erase a foot. Oh no. All right. Jamie, go ahead and give us your letter. And then Heidi, you can give us your letter because again, there's a slight delay. So we'll get things rolling here a second. I kind of hope we can erase Ben right off the whiteboard. Like he's never existed. Just kidding. We love Ben. Ben is a great person. He's really fun to pick on. He's really great, to love. That was a sound. W. Is there a W? Jamie, whenever you have your letter, if you want to send that in, unless it's my computer's being special, I haven't seen it quite yet. There's a couple more W's.
There is?
Right here.
Oh, yes.
Right here. Yep. Couple W's. There we go.
They don't make a W sound, so.
You're right. But I sent you the... N. We have an N from Jamie. Tiffany Hillman, I see that hand again, if you want to send in another letter. And then, parents, if you have more guesses, make sure you raise your hand. We're still going to abide by, the raising of the hands rule, because just because we're not in school doesn't mean, we can't guess some letters. You're doing great. You're doing really great. We have a guess for the number 5. And that's not there, so let's erase. Pastor Chad, if you want to guess a letter, you have to raise your hand. Heidi Clark, go ahead and send in your letter or number. Aaron Hicks, go ahead and send in your number. And then Jamie. Yep, bye. Ben, that was your foot, not your leg. Silly. Yeah, and Mr. Ben still has not dressed up as Larry Boy. This is so rude.
Disappointing, actually.
So disappointing that Mr. Ben has not fulfilled his promise to the children. It's for the kids. Y. Y, and then we have E. Pastor Chad, you have to raise your hand. Just send in a hand-raising emoji, and I will call on you. So Y and E. Okay, there's some letters. Let's see here. Doing great. We're just letting Miss Hannah catch up with all these guesses real quick. You guys are doing such a good job. Good job. We have a guess for the number 1. All right, we need some more. You know what? We'll move past the hand raising now. If you have guesses of a letter, put them in. Pastor Chad's letter does not count. Pastor Chad, would you like to guess a letter? Go ahead, Pastor Chad. Now that you're raising your hand, it's very nice of you. You can send in your letter that we want to put in because you raised your hand. It's always good. Just waiting for some more comments. This is a great way to get interactions because you got to have people comment. I. There we go. We have I. And then T. You forgot one E. Where? After that T in the middle, right, no, there. Yep. The letter M. M. I don't think there is an M.
I don't think so either.
Miss Ange, go ahead and give us your letter that you have. Ooh, erase all of the hair. No more hair. Ben's bald. We shaved him bald. O. We have some guesses for O's. Miss Mindy, you can send your guess in. Go ahead, Miss Mindy Spencer, send in yours. O-Z. You should just erase, both of his legs. U. We have a guess for the letter U. Know you. Mindy's does count, Pastor Chad, because she raised her hand. I saw her. Tiffany Hillman raised her hand and said, A. 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 Good job. Yep.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay, there we go. If you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. The letter is S. We have a guess for an S. Lots of S's. My dad wants to solve the puzzle.
I don't think we should let him.
I don't think we should either. Miss Hannah has spoken and said Pastor Jim Stearns is not allowed to solve the puzzle. His Tabernacle is clapping. Ange Morgan is clapping their hands. All right, my friends, if you know it, go ahead and put it in the comments with the correct scripture reference. We have a guess for an X. That's right, erase an arm. Remember, you must have the correct scripture reference. Z, Dad, we already had a Z. Pastor Dad, we already had a Z guest. Good job, thank you. Thank you for joining us. No more Z's. Let's see. I'm waiting for the comment because people said they know it. Virtual arm wrestle to, yes, Pastor Kevin, that's a great idea. Have the people, you have to videotape yourself arm wrestling someone to prove that you win. Ange Morgan says, 1 John 4:4, he who is in you is greater than he who is in the world. Yes. Go ahead, Miss Hannah, fill out all the blanks. Good job, everyone.
Also, I realized that I never put that N in.
Oh, it's okay. It happens. Sometimes we forget letters. Good job, everyone. You guys are all great guessers. Yay. Good job. Wow. And I'm sure, I feel like more parents, were participating in this one than some of the kids. But shout out to the parents. You guys are great. Look at that. So, 1 John 4:4 says, he who is in you is greater than he who is in the world. And what this is saying, this is an awesome verse for us all to remember and quote daily to ourselves. Good job, Maddie Shuttlesworth, with knowing 1 John 4:4. She commented. I see that. This verse is saying that he, being Jesus, who is inside of all of us after we accept Jesus as our Savior, is greater than he who is in the world. And the he who is in the world, and we should make this a lowercase h because this is representing Satan, and it means that he has absolutely no authority over any of us. So he, being Jesus, that is inside of us, is greater than he who is in the world. So the Bible says that Satan is the god of this world. He is out acting. He's doing really bad things. He's being mean. He's causing diseases. He's causing sickness. But the God who lives inside of us, he is greater than that. So the man who went to the cross, Jesus, and he died and he rose again on the third day, lives inside of us and gave us the power to overcome Satan. Because Satan, he tries to send sickness. He tries to send disease. He tries to send plagues and other really bad things that happen to us, but none of that comes from God. God gives life and life more abundantly. So, anytime you come into a situation where you seem like there's no hope and it's really scary, or there's sickness or anything, you know that Jesus who lives inside of you has already overcome that. So he's given you the power to speak to that sickness and cast it out because there is no sickness in Jesus. Isn't that right, Miss Hannah?
Yes.
Good. Well, guys, good morning. It's great to see all of you joining us. We've missed you these past, 24 hours. A lot has happened. Goose Chase is a lot of fun. We're having a lot of fun with our Goose Chase app where the competition is heated. Let me see. I'm going to look at who is in winning. I'm really good with my English words today, guys. Right now, wow, Team Blue has 5,700 points.
What?
Look at that. Then Team Green has 600 points, and Team Red has no points. Isn't that crazy? That's nuts. So, my friends, if you want to, that is the wrong Goose Chase code, Ben. I'm sorry. That's not the right one. The Goose Chase code, I will write it right here because I must have had a brain fart here, is R7V5X3. Right here. This is the new Goose Chase code. And the password, as always, is 1, 2, 3, 4, because we make it really easy. So R7V5X3. If you guys want to join, apparently the red team could use some help. They're slacking behind. There's lots of missions out there. I just released a new one this morning. It's all about dressing up, finding an American flag on something. So find an American flag, take a picture next to it, upload a selfie. It can be on a shirt. It can be a flag. It could be a picture of an American flag. Hannah, your mom says hi.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Hannah's mom. It's great to see you. We love you, Miss Risa. So join the Goose Chase app. Let's get some people on there. Good job, blue team, which I'm pretty sure, like, everyone's on the blue team. Let's see. Who's made some submissions here? Yep. I got lots of people on the blue team here. Yep. There's Isaiah Morgan here. Picture of him. Picture of Dax and Capri and Eliana. Yep. It looks like a lot of everyone's on the blue team. Go blue team. You guys are doing great. So if anybody else wants to join our other teams, they could use some help catching up. The green team is trying really, really hard. Let's see. That's Miracle and Sarah on the green team. And I don't think I have... And there's no one on the red team. That's sad. So someone join the red team and get those scores up. Let's see how high we can get those scores this next day. Okay? Good. So the comment has that all tagged in there. Today, we are going to talk about Joshua in the Battle of Jericho. Hannah, have you ever read the story of Joshua in the Battle of Jericho?
I think a really long time ago. I know I've sang a song about it.
Do you know the song?
It's a choir song.
Oh, so if we asked you to sing it right now, it probably wouldn't be possible.
I don't think you just want to hear the
The alto line?
Yes.
That's okay. Well, maybe one day we can have Hannah write a song.
Maybe we'll get Lauren in here and have her sing the soprano part.
And you guys could do it together, the two of you singing both parts. Yeah. See, well, Mr. Ben, yes, it is for the kids, but you can't sing only the alto part of the song. You have to have the soprano line. So
At least.
At least two parts, because if you only have one part, the alto harmony gets really interesting. It's
like
great.
the same note like 6
Same
times
note
over.
over and over and over again. Anyway, so in the book of Joshua, this guy was so great that he got his own book in the Bible. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
It's all about Joshua and lots of things. So Joshua chapter 6, and it goes until just Joshua chapter 6. That's awesome. So it says, now Jericho was tightly shut because of the sons of Israel. No one went out and no one came in. And the Lord said to Joshua, I have given Jericho into your hands with its king and the valiant warriors. You shall march around the city, all the men of war circling the city once. You shall do that for 6 days. So God said to Joshua, hey, Josh, you're going to go to this really giant city, and you and all of your soldiers are going to march around it one time a day for 6 days. So, also, 7 priests shall carry 7 trumpets of ram's horn before the ark. And then on the 7th day, you shall march around the city 7 times, and the priests shall blow the trumpets. And it shall be that when they make a long blast with the ram's horn, and when you hear the sound of the trumpet, the people shall shout with a great shout, and the wall of the city will fall down flat, and the people will go up to every man straight ahead. So God said, Josh, take your soldiers, take the priests, take the Ark of the Covenant, and walk around the wall of Jericho one time every day for the next 6 days. And on the 7th day, you're going to walk around the city 7 times. And then after the 7th time you walk around the building, the priests are going to play their trumpets really, really loud, and then everyone has to yell extremely, extremely loud. And when all of this happens, the walls of the city are going to fall down flat. Now, just so we all know how big these walls are, these walls were so wide and like thick that people had chariot races on the top. So that means they're at least like the size of your road. You know how on our roads there's 2 lanes of traffic, how one goes this way and the other one comes this way? So the walls had to be at least that wide so 2 chariots could race next to each other all the way around the city. So these weren't, flimsy house walls. And so what it's saying is that when the people walked around it and then they shouted that the walls were going to fall down. Have you ever yelled at your wall and had it fall down, Miss Hannah?
I have not.
Do you think it's humanly possible to yell at a wall and watch it happen, watch it fall down?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. Hi, Aubrey. Hi, Alex, because that would have to be a really loud sound. Now, it is possible to sing a high enough note or play a high enough note and break glass. Yeah. But can you imagine making a loud enough sound that walls that are as thick as roads would crumble and fall apart?
I couldn't even imagine that.
I don't think it's possible. I don't think so at all. So, Joshua, the son of Nun, his dad's name was Nun. That's a pretty great name. I think you should name one of your sons in the future. You should name him Nun. That'd be a great name. So Joshua, the son of Nun, called the priests and said to them, "Take up the Ark of the Covenant and let 7 priests carry 7 trumpets of ram's horns before the Ark of the Lord." Then he said to the people, "Go forward, march around the city. Let the armed men go on before the Ark of the Lord." And it was so that when Joshua had spoken to the people, 7 priests carrying 7 trumpets of ram's horns before the Lord went forward, blew the trumpets and the Ark of the Covenant, and the Lord followed them. The armed men went before the priests who blew the trumpets, and the rear guard came after the ark. Well, they continued to blow the trumpets, but Joshua had commanded the people, saying, You shall not shout, nor let your voice be heard, nor let the word proceed out of your mouth until the day I tell you to shout. Then you will shout. So, on the first 6 days, when they walked around only one time, the people didn't make a sound. Only the trumpets played. They just walked around the city, nice and quiet. Now, it was a big city, so it took a while to do this. So then, let's see. Then he should shout. So he had the ark of the Lord taken around the city, circling it once. Then they came into the camp and spent the night in the camp. Now Joshua rose early the next morning and told the priests to do it again. And they did this for the next 6 days. They woke up, they went to the city, they walked around, they came back to the camp, and they went back to sleep. The second day they did this, and then on the 7th day, it says, they rose early at the dawning of the day. This means that when the sun came up is when everybody woke up. Now that's pretty early. I don't like getting up that early. Sometimes I do. I've been slacking the past couple weeks, but most of the time I'm up that early. It says, at the dawning of the day, they marched around the city in the same manner 7 times. Only on that day, they marched around the city 7 times. At the 7th time, when the priest blew their trumpets, Joshua said to the people, Shout, for the Lord has given you the city, and the city shall be under the band. And the city shall be under the band. It and that all belongs to the Lord. So they walked around the city 7 times, and on the 7th time, they shouted. They're like, ah! It was probably a lot louder, and they probably shouted other things because they spoke a different language than English. But they shouted, and then as they shouted, and as the trumpets made the loud blast, the walls of the city shook, and they shook, and they shook, and they crumbled, and the walls came tumbling down, all except one section of the wall where this lady named Rahab lived. Now, Rahab, earlier in the book of Joshua, helped the Israelites, and she helped hide some of the Israelites in her house. And then the Israelites made a promise with her, saying that you and your family shall be saved. So because she promised and she worked with God's children, God protected her and her family. So all the walls, except Rahab's house, fell completely to the ground, and everyone died, except Rahab and her family, because she helped the children of Israel. So, can you imagine being told to go out And God's like, hey, Hannah, go walk around this building. And when people make fun of you, you don't say anything to them. You just keep doing it because I instructed you. Would you do that?
I don't know. That would be hard.
It'd be really hard because the people of the city saw the children of Israel walking around, not saying anything, and they made fun of them, and they were calling them funny names, and they said, well, that's a dumb idea. Why you walk around the city? You can shout as loud as you want, but the walls aren't going to fall. But they continued to do it anyway because they trusted God. Because when God tells you to do something, and he promises to do something in return, he's going to stand firm on his word because God's not a man that he should lie. So if he says, Hannah, go walk around that city, and when you shout, I'll crumble the walls, he's going to do it for you guys. So we need to have faith in God that when he says he's going to do something, he's going to back us up. Also, at the same time, we need to trust God with our whole heart so that when he tells us to do something and act upon something, that he's going to be there for us the whole time, right? So if you ever feel like God's calling you to do something, the best thing you can do, number one, is you can pray and ask God for clarity that he's actually telling you to do something. You can talk to your parents and you can talk to your pastors at church and say, hey, I feel God is telling me to do this. And then if God is, you'll have confirmation. Because I've had kids say, hey, I think I'm supposed to do this. And I was like, yeah, that sounds like something God would have you do. And then they acted upon it, and it was what God wanted them to do. So then awesome things happened. Because sometimes, like here, I bet you Joshua felt really silly walking around a wall in complete silence. Then when God told him to shout, he's like, this is going to be weird, but if God said to do it, I'm going to do it. Then they're all standing outside this wall, and they're like, ah! And then the whole city crumbled and collapsed and was down to nothing, all because they listened to God. Now, I think that's pretty awesome.
That's so awesome.
Cool. God is really awesome. So parents, if you want to go over that story with your kids, again, that is in Joshua chapter 6. That's a really great one. It's one of my favorite stories of all time. You know, there's lots of them out there, but that's one of my favorites. So again, guys, remember this, and he who is in you is greater than he who is in the world. So when God asks you to do something, God's inside of you. So he is the one inside of you, and he is greater than anything and anyone in the world or the entire universe. So he will always back you up. He's always your friend as long as what you're doing lines up with what he's called you to do. And again, if you need help deciding or understanding what God's called you to do, pray about it. God will talk to you. You can ask your pastors. You can ask your parents. We're here for you. If you guys ever have questions about anything, I'm always here. I would love to talk to everyone. Hannah loves to talk to people. We will talk to you together. We're here for you. We're praying for you. That's what we got for today. I hope you guys had fun playing Hangman. I'll do this for you guys. If you guys say 1 John 4:4 in a video, you send it to me, I will give your Goose Chase team bonus points because bonus points are everything. Join Goose Chase. The red team really needs some help.
Yeah.
They're slack, and I may join the red team, and I'll do all the challenges myself, and then I will win. But I feel like other people should join us. Trey, you should join the red team on Goose Chase. Yeah, you should do that. It'll be a lot of fun. Awesome, guys. Well, I love you. Thanks so much for joining in. I will see you guys tomorrow. You guys are all great. We love you, and goodbye.